Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new to this channel, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to update my net worth for the month of October 2025. I've been tracking my net worth for about a year now, but recently I've started posting it on YouTube, and for the past, looks like 3 months, I've been tracking my net worth live every month for you guys to see it. Now, what's nice about tracking your net worth, you kind of see high level how your finances are going, right? Are they going in the right direction or the wrong direction, right? It's pretty much what we want to know. Now, in today's video, I'm going to go through, I pulled all my numbers this morning from my various investment account, checking account, savings account, and so forth. And we'll go through, update them, and kind of show you guys what I'm working with. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm simply just a guy who's 25 years old, trying to, keep my financial foundation strong. I watch things on YouTube and I apply them to what I see here. So I'll show you guys what I'm working with, kind of how I'm thinking about certain investments that I'm making. And yeah, so let's get into it. Happy Halloween, by the way. Today is October 31st. Now, this video is not coming out on Halloween, but happy late Halloween to everyone out there. So let's get into the video. All right, so this is the net worth tracker. Now, once again, if you guys have watched my videos before, I appreciate you for coming back. You know how this looks. If you are new to this channel, I'll show you exactly what we're working with here. So this net worth tracker is super simple and easy to understand. Basically, you have your different months. You're going to have, in your green, this is going to be your assets. In your yellow, this is going to be your liabilities. And you're going to have your various accounts that would be, unique to yourself. And then down here, you just have your net worth with a calculator. Pretty simple follow. So pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through every account, kind of let you guys know where I'm structuring it, where I'm putting money, and go from there. So starting off with my Wells Fargo checking account, once again, all these numbers were checked this morning. Looks like in my Wells Fargo checking account, I have $3,074.29 in that account. Now, this is never formatted properly, so let me format that really quick, and then let me format these. There we go. Okay, so Wells Fargo checking doesn't move too much. Pretty much what I use my checking account for is my everyday purchases. Now, do I have a little too much money in there? Yes, but to be honest with you guys, I like having a little cash on hand. It makes me feel more secure in my finances, knowing that I don't need to transfer money if a big payment were to come up. I am very, very disciplined with my money, so for me, having $3,000 on hand at all times, it's not a big deal. Should I be investing more of it? Probably, but you live and you learn, right? My SoFi checking account, it's going to stay at $0 because I don't use my SoFi checking account. I strictly use my SoFi account for my high yield savings. Next is going to be my Wells Fargo savings. Now, in this account right now, I have $2,438 even. Now, this account is kind of a fluctuating account. I'll be honest, my Wells Fargo savings, sometimes I pull money out of it, sometimes I don't. Usually I'll use it to pay off like my credit card. But yeah, not kind of just a quick savings. If I were to deplete 3,000, I got another 2,500 on hand basically. No real structure behind it, but yeah. So my SoFi high yield savings, this is where the majority of my cash money sits. Now, this money, a lot of people tell me, oh, you should pay off your car, or oh, you should invest all of it. Pretty much what this money's for, if I'm just being honest with you guys, this money's for a down payment on a house. I've been saving, cash on hand for a very long time now. Yes, it might not be another year or 2 years or maybe 3 years before I plan on buying a house. But at some point in my life, I do want to be a homeowner, and this is some money on hand to put a down payment on a house. Now, in this account, right now, I have $25,617.82. Now, I'll be honest with you guys. Like I said, there's a lot of cash on hand. So usually what I do for this account is once it hits $26,000, I actually take this money and I pull 1,000 out and I invest it. So I always like to keep it around 25,000. I don't really want to go too much higher than 25,000 because then at that point it is a lot of cash to have on hand for someone who, once again, has a little bit of a long-term outlook when it comes to buying a house. Now, my T. Rowe Price account, this was a 401k I had through a previous employer that I had rolled into my Empower retirement. I will probably end up just deleting this line since this is all rolled into here now. But my Empower retirement, This one is the big hitter. This is where a lot of my money goes. This is my main 401k with my main full-time job. For those of you who don't know, recently, starting this month actually, I started investing 20% of my paycheck into my 401k, which is a hugely high number, but to get to $100,000 net worth, I personally feel like it's necessary. So with that being said, my Empower Retirement has gone to $30,159.78. So nice little gain there. Yeah, that's looking good. That 20% is definitely helping, and the stock market is doing pretty good right now. Now, I did max out my Roth IRA this year, so I started investing into my individual brokerage account through Fidelity. Now, in this account, I'll be honest, I'm kind of just doing some stock picking. I would refrain most people from doing that, but I will say this account is set up just like my Roth account, where the majority of my individual brokerage account is actually held in VU and VGT. And then I have some individual stocks kind of just sitting there, $200, $300 investments. If those individual stocks went up 100%, I'm only going to make like $100, $200 on it. But once again, more so doing it just to grow my money, just for fun. So at this account right now, I'm at $2,109.86 in that account. So some nice gain there month over month. And then my actual Roth IRA. This is actually my favorite one to check because I don't invest in this account anymore. I'm maxed out for the year. So anything that you see from here on out is just pure growth in this account. And what's really cool is this account right now is actually sitting at $13,963.49. So what's really cool about that is this account has almost seen a $1,000 growth in 1 month, and I have not invested a single penny into that account. So that's really nice to see that account is still going strong, and I can't wait for the beginning of this year to where I can start pouring some money back into my Roth. Now, crypto. The last time we checked crypto, you could see this is definitely the most volatile row here. The last time we checked it was at $16,723. And if you guys are into crypto or pay attention to the crypto market, you know it's kind of been stagnant and on a little bit of a downturn. So I've actually lost almost $1,500 in this account. This right now is sitting at $15,326.41. So I've lost a little bit of money there. Now, once again, am I worried about it? Absolutely not. I know crypto is volatile. It's money that I know I'm going to invest, and I'm going to see it go up, and I'm going to see it go down. My crypto holdings pretty much are just Bitcoin, XRP, and a few other ones. But this is something that I am aware of with the volatility. I understand the volatility, so I am not worried about the volatility. Now, my vehicle equity, this is something I do add into my net worth. A lot of people say you shouldn't add it. A lot of people say you should add it. In my opinion, I'm 100% okay with adding vehicle equity as long as you show your outstanding loan. So I do understand this is a depreciating asset, and still to this day, I am valuing my vehicle at $14,000. And like I say in every video, I feel like that $14,000 is actually kind of low, but in my opinion, I don't want to overshoot a certain number and I don't want to undershoot a certain number. So I feel like $14,000, I could sell it today if I really wanted to at $14,000. So those are my total assets. So you can see here, we went from $105,000 to $106,000. Not the best, not the worst. At least we're making progress in the right direction. Now, for my liabilities, I don't really use my credit cards too much, but I do have $318.88 on my Wells Fargo credit card. Now, the reason I have this money on my Wells Fargo credit card is because I did recently go to Arizona. For those of you who don't know, I am relocating out there for my job, and I did have to rent a car. Now, this money, the reason I haven't paid it off yet is because I am getting reimbursed through work. So once I get that reimbursement, this money will be paid off. But once again, for transparency's sake, I still want to show it on there just to be as accurate as possible with my current net worth. Discover credit card, 0. Financing services, which are like buy now, pay later, 0. Capital One credit card, 0. Paid it off. My auto loan is sitting at $18,022.84. So by doing this, we will see what my actual net worth has come out to. I don't think I'm going to be at 100,000 yet, but let's see what we are at. $88,000. So if we look down here, we can see we are at $88,348. So this is my new net worth of October 2025. Super proud of this progress. You can see here, and looks like the past, what's that year? I know it's not a full year, but 10 months, I've gone up about $20,000 in net worth. Once again, could be better, could be worse, but we're not holding ourselves to a certain time frame. Pretty much the goal of this is just to see our money go in the right direction. Now, just a few things to note. Once again, on a personal level, I am moving in January, so I'm trying to expand my net worth as much as I can before I move, before I start paying rent. I know a lot of people are going to say, bro, just pay off your auto loan, you have the money for it, and I understand that, but once again, I do have a very good interest rate on my auto loan. My car payment is relatively very low, especially for the amount of money I make. So I'm not too worried about paying off my auto loan. I personally would rather invest that money. I would say for me, the biggest kind of things that I see that I could see more progress in are going to be my checking account and my savings account. Now, when I say I can see progress in this, what I mean by that is these are two accounts right here where I kind of have no plan for them. And for someone like me who's very financially conscious, I should kind of have a more structured plan, or at least say, maybe I'll keep $2,000 in one, $1,000 in the other, invest the rest. You know what I'm saying? Some type of plan like that. But I do want to keep investing. I will say to you guys, I do think the stock market is definitely a little bit in a bubble right now. And what I mean by that is if you look at the stock market recently, it has just been ripping. It's on a roar. Every day, the S&P's up like a percentage, which is really good for the S&P. I do think we're going to see it pop at some point, and we're going to see, a lot of it start to bleed for a week or two. But in my opinion, that's the best time to buy, right? I have no intention to stop investing. I have no intention to try to time the market. My goal is just to buy every single day. Every single day I buy into the stock market. And as you can see, we've seen consistent growth by doing that. So with that being said, that is my new net worth for the month of October 2025. I would think it'd be really cool to see maybe by January 2026 we're at 100,000 if everything goes right. Maybe Bitcoin goes up a little bit. Maybe the stock market continues to do its thing. It would be cool to hit that $100,000 mark. It is cool to see that my total assets, I'm in the $100,000 range. And once again, I say it in most videos, but I hope you guys can watch this video and say to yourself, hey, I can get in control of my finances and I can start investing, because until last month, I was making $19 an hour. Now, granted, for a big part of my early 20s, I did work a full-time job, working 50 hours a week, making around $18 an hour, so the overtime helped. But this just goes to show you, you don't need to make a lot of money to be in control of your finances. Still to this day, I don't make $70,000 a year. I don't make $80,000. I make around like $60,000 a year, which obviously, I can't put only in front of money. That's still a good amount of money to make, but it's not crazy. And there's people that make $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year, and they're not in control of their finances, right? So this just goes to show you that even if you make $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, you can definitely get in control of your finances. Just start tracking things, start investing, and yeah, you can see your money go in the right direction. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a good Halloween. I hope you guys have a good start to your November. I will catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys in a month from now to stay on top of my net worth. So have a good day. Catch you guys in the next one.